Hey guys, what's going on? A little bit of a disappointing day today. I made literally exactly $0 plus or minus after being up over $100 twice on RHE here. I'll show you what I was doing. I marked out my levels. I had some from the previous time I traded it. 240 was one of them. And then what is this up here? 278. So I was just watching to see what it does here as it ranges in between that. So the first thing I try to do is buy here on this 250. Let me show you that. Try to buy here. As it's dropping into this level, you can see that it's holding up pretty well on VWAP. I'm moving my order up. I'm trying to get filled. I didn't get filled on the bid, so I very quickly, as the momentum shifted and it was moving higher, I bought on the ask, 1,000 shares, and I sold up towards high a day again, 776. Got my order out at around there, 277. I moved it down to 276. So right there, I'm up $100. You know, 3 seconds, $100. Not that bad. Here's where things start to take a little turn for the worse. So I wanted to rebuy this. Oh yeah, I wanted to rebuy it here as it came back down to these levels for another move. And I got filled 1,000 shares and we just dumped 20 cents immediately. Like the next order after mine was like 240. I was like, all right, this kind of sucks. So my first initial knee-jerk reaction was just to get out of the position. Just completely get out of this position. So I wait, I see what it's doing, bouncing off of 250, and I see 264. Hold on, there's a train going by. That's probably like really annoying. I try to get out at 264, 261. I'm moving my order down. I go, oh crap, is this just going to fail now that all these longs are trapped? I'm trying to get my orders out. I'm out of 500 shares. I'm out of another 500 shares. And now we're only up $38, and I'm just like, what just happened? Because in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this could just roll over, and I'm exposed to 1,000 shares. I could just go back down like $300. I'm not comfortable with that at all. In the trading journal here, actually, this reminds me of yesterday's ARCI. If you remember, it violently sold off at the open, or after a couple minutes, into support, and then just ripped through high a day. So that was the other thing that was on my mind. And I didn't know what was going to happen, because this looks exactly like that. That happened at 9:34, whereas this happened immediately, but it's the same thing. It washed, like flashed into support, got bought back up, and then it just ripped through high a day. So that's when I was starting to think that would happen. I try to scalp this with 2,000 shares. Thank God it didn't fill, because I'm not allowed to use 2,000 shares. And then right there, I probably would have made back the loss. But in any case, oh, excuse me. I see that this is kind of forming. I see that we're range bound again, but we're higher. So now I want to get in around 270. Getting in around 270 is the plan. So let's just wait and see what happens here. I buy in the first 500 shares there at 280. I don't think I meant to get in that high. This thing just keeps bouncing around really quickly on the bid. So then I add to 1,000 shares. Now normally I don't do stuff like this. If you remember, I tell myself don't add for these breakouts. But the reason that this one worked is because I waited 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. Whereas before I would be adding, let's say right here, and it wouldn't have been enough consolidation time. It would slam back down and I would stop out. So that's how I try to do it differently today. Even though I usually don't like buying tops like this, I was just kind of scalping the level 2, the time and sales, the order flow. So I added, you'll see 80 283, 284, 285. I add to 1,000 shares, and then I, excuse me, and then I sell the whole thing right there at 295. I'm back to 140 bucks. I go, all right, my job is done. It's Friday. I don't want to finish red. So that's it. I'm done, right? Totally done. That's not the case. I took it again here as it came back down to the support properly. Completely valid trade. And we're just waiting. I'm trying to buy more. I'm trying to get in with 1,000 shares, but I don't want to ruin the average. And I say to myself, $3 is kind of failing here. I don't like the way that looks. And the volume, the buying is dropping off. It's not coming in over $3. So I raised my stop a little bit to in profit, and just before it drops, 292, 291, 290, I get stopped out there at 286. I didn't even see 286. And then it just flashes down to 265. I knew that would happen if we didn't break over $3, which is why I raised my stop a little bit, and then I pretty much got out unscathed to, what did I have? 139 down to 132. So that was really good. But so that was right there. So it failed. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it. It reclaimed 240, and then it reclaimed 268 and reclaimed VWAP, even though I didn't give it enough time to actually show that it was holding it, because typically what happens is idiots like me will scramble in to make sure they get in on the move, and they don't get FOMO, and 100,000 shares were bought in 5 seconds. And I saw that buying, but I tried to buy on the support as it came back down, and then it just flashed down further, and I stopped out at the literal bottom. The literal bottom of that range I stopped out at 253. The low of that candle is 253. I stopped out at the exact bottom with 500 shares, and I just destroyed the profit on that name. Okay, I still made $41, but I'm up. My P&L is zero, literally zero. So, man, that's how quick it can change. Now, I was thinking about risk management, so I only took 500 shares. If I'd have taken 1,000 shares, boom, I'm red. If I'd have taken 2,000 shares, boom, I'm down like my daily max loss, all in less than 20 seconds. That's how fast it can change. I should have let it... Oh, man, it's just such a terrible trade. Like, this, until it is reclaimed as support, this is massive resistance. You need to be shorting into this. You need to be shorting into VWAP. 2 massive short indicators after the death candle right here. That's 3 indicators to go short, and definitely don't go long unless you actually are stupid. So, oh man, the opening range breakout was at 268. Like, this was a big level, and I just bought into it as if it was resistance or support, and I didn't let the candle open or close over it. It's very possible that on a 1 minute you can easily wick above and then go below, and that's exactly what happened. And I got stopped out, and yes, it eventually went lower, but this was just like, I was just sitting here and I was like, man, what a garbage Friday. But it's all right. This happens in trading. I'm really happy that I didn't get emotional after that. I realized I'd taken a stupid trade. I'd realized that I'm very vulnerable now to make more mistakes, which I usually do. Typically the old me would say, oh yeah, this is about to break out. We're going to hit 280. And even if we don't hit 285, I'll just sell at 280. I'll have 2,000 shares, and I'll make, 15 cents? I'll make $300 just like that, and I'll be back to good. When in reality, that's a revenge trade. That's an over trade. So I think even though it's bad that I traded pretty well for this first bit, I don't think we would say that I could have done anything better other than maybe not get stopped out of this or potentially have waited for a better entry. Other than that, I think I traded well. RHE was just garbage. This trade in here, this is gonna haunt me. This chart, I'm gonna have dreams of this. I'm just gonna see this red like doji-ish looking candle with a green triangle at the top and a red triangle at the bottom, and go, this is why you're stupid. But that's fine. I'm gonna learn from that. I'm gonna see. I'm hopefully never gonna make this mistake again. I'm gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna put it in the journal, and I'm gonna say, you make this mistake more often than not. So do not buy this setup. Do not buy after a kill candle before it reclaims into VWAP, into where everyone is going to be shorting, and that's exactly what happened. Everyone was trying to short this area, which is why there was such high volume. So that was that. I also traded CTRM. It's not even worth going over. This thing ripped from $6 to over $7. It was very pumpy dumpy. I thought I could get a little bit out of it, and I bought under VWAP just to get stopped out almost immediately for $14. I only used 500. I would just consider this a bad trade because the trade idea was bad. I shouldn't have been in this type of stock. The entry was okay. The exit was okay. And the management was good, but I don't think the trade idea was good. I don't think this was a valid stock to trade. Even though it had run previously, I'm not sure if I should have been in this. But in any case, it's a $14 loss. I traded Ford as well. You know, $14 billion market cap. You know I like these slow movers for some reason. 10.35. Oh, I should probably get rid of my order to buy. Thank you for reminding me, guys. Appreciate that. I was trying to short this resistance here at 10.35, which was yesterday's high. I was looking at it here, to be honest, and I would wish that we had gotten a pop into it and then the sell-off, because I would have had 1,000 shares. I would have sold for about a 10-cent profit, and I would have made $100 just like that. But instead, I waited for it to come up a bit closer. I shorted 200 shares, and I had a stop above the highs, and I got stopped out $9. You know, I couldn't build the position size that I wanted, and this was right around as I took the RHE trade. Like, I was in Ford as I took RHE, so I was just not feeling it anymore. I wasn't even trying to build size. I was like, you know what, I just ruined the Friday. I don't want to make it any worse. I don't want to be down like any more than I have to be. I'm not frantically looking for the next trade. You know, I stopped out of my SPY calls like right at the bottom. If we look at here at the SPY, if you guys remember, if you watched the video yesterday, I took calls on the SPY. I took them right here. They were up 60% at one point after being down 30%. And then they came down, and I don't know, I sold the last one. Actually, so I took profit on one yesterday in here. Somewhere in here, I can't remember. And then I added it again on a dip, and I put a tight stop, so I got stopped out of that. And then as it came back up and then down, I stopped out of the last one, literally down in here. You can see 9.59, right towards the end of this candle. Right in here. I don't know. I'm making some sketchy kind of decisions today. My plan for the SPY might actually still work out. We kind of look like we're gonna break above this next week and hit 293, 294. But I no longer have the good entry for this, so I don't think that I'll take that. But watch out for that next week. We'll see the SPY over 293. I'll be a hero and somehow have lost money on it. So I think that's it. I hope that recap was useful. You know, nothing exciting today. No crazy like $2,000 day. This could have very, very easily turned into one of my like nightmare type days. because usually that happens right after a very disappointing loss. And this was very, very disappointing. You know, I traded for 10 minutes really, really well, waited for like half an hour or 20 minutes, whatever it was, took one trade for 20 seconds and pissed it all away. So I was really frustrated, you know, like we're talking again here in Discord. I'm just like, I was kind of making fun of myself. I was like, hey, is he the strongest resistance of the day? Yeah. Oh, hey, do you see how VWAP resistance is at the same level and you should short it? Yeah. Do you want to buy it? Yeah. So I bought it and I just, I don't know. I just kind of lost. I was just kind of being hard on myself, you know, there goes the profit on the day. Anyways, I'll get over it. I think I'm done trading. Well, I am done trading. I don't even think I'm going to try to trade in the afternoon. I think that making a little bit in the afternoon would be worse than just missing something and holding on to this discipline of staying away from my emotions, because I want to trade. You know, I want to have a sick Friday. I want to have a sick video. I want to improve my trading, but it's not going to happen today. And I've been talking for a while, so I'll shut up. You guys have a sick weekend. We'll get back to it on Monday, and hopefully I won't make the same mistakes again. Peace!